Everything that he does, he's driven. Whether it's racing overseas, whether it's making the perfect part for a boat, whether it's the driving school, whether it's his family, he's definitely driven.
If you know Shaun, you know that he's not going to take no for an answer, and he's going to stop at nothing to get to his goal. He just makes it work, he makes it happen.
My name's Shaun Torrente. I'm from Miami, by way of Cape Coral now, Fort Myers, Alva. I think I'm 41. Not sure though. I stopped counting at 35, so whatever.
So how'd you get started in powerboat racing?
Third grade. The only time in my life I got straight A's because I put a little effort into school for a moment. My dad got me a little Sanger 13-foot cat. About 6 months later, people came around his business. They were putting up flyers for enduro in Miami. It was a 3-hour enduro of mini boats. And he's like, oh, I think I want to do this with your boat. So he did with a buddy, with 2 buddies actually. And they got third, I think, or second. It's something like that. They did really well. From there, I had that boat. It ran like 60 miles an hour. And then he started racing tunnel boats, little tunnel boats. And I would test them and do all that stuff. And so I've been in them since I was, probably 9 or 10 years old. When I was 14, he was testing his first capsule boat. It was a SST-45. He just couldn't get comfortable in a capsule. He's old school, wants to sit there and be able to move around and all that stuff. So he had crashed a couple times immediately, and then he was testing. And I said, well, let me take a couple laps. And like I said, I was only 13 or 14 at the time. And so I took a couple laps, and I was, I don't know, 2 or 3 seconds faster than him a lap, a lot faster than him every lap. And so that's when he, to his credit, said, you know what, I'm done. We're just going to support you, and we'll keep doing this. And from there, all the way through college, he was very integral. Him and my grandfather, really, they did everything to make sure we go racing. As I was coming up, I had a lot of success when I was young, but I was never the one, right? There was always someone that was considered better than I am. Even now, that's the way I look at it. More talented, and I think that's been a blessing. So I realized I had to work really hard to accomplish what I needed to accomplish. The only time that I thought maybe I had a chance to be special or to do to truly do, become a believer in what I wanted to do, was probably Cincinnati in 2000, I think it was 2007 or 2006. It was probably 2006 actually. I'd won, I don't know, like 14 or 15 Formula 2 races in a row, which had never been done before. And it was only my second year in the class. I'd won a bunch in my rookie year, which most people didn't do. But at that race in Cincinnati, Fred Bowden came to me and asked if I wanted to race their champ boat, their backup boat, Formula 1 boat, my first Formula 1 ride. And I said, yeah, of course. So I ran both classes that weekend, first time in a Formula 1 boat, and I got the pole and I won the race. And I won the Formula 2 race as well that weekend. It's never been done before, it's never been done again. When I went home that weekend, I said, wow, you know, all these dreams and aspirations I had and what I thought I could be, maybe I can actually do that.
And the lights are off and they're underway and they explode away from the dock. Shaun Torrente now making the move side by side with Celio as they fight their way for that 4th spot. What a battle between these 2 Abu Dhabi drivers. Shaun Torrente is the new UIM Formula 1 H2O World Champion for 2018.
Tell me what it felt like earning your first and second back-to-back world titles.
Well, they're really different. First one, I want to say, I didn't enjoy it at all. I didn't enjoy the year at all. And I should have, because it was an awesome year. A lot of wins, great team, but I didn't enjoy any of it. I got to, I think it was India. Yeah, India was an amazing race. There was probably 300,000 people there. It was the only time I've ever been famous for about 10 minutes and it sucked. We had armed guards and people wanting to take pictures and people trying to tackle you. I mean, it was just crazy, right? So I win the race. I take the championship lead back after falling behind for 3 races and having to win. I think that was my second or third win in a row to get it back in the lead. We had 2 races to go. and Guido, my team manager, says, "Are you happy?" And I just said no. And he's like, "What do you mean?" I said, "I'm just relieved. You know you have the opportunity. You know it's right there, so you don't want to miss it again." I'd been so close so many times, so I didn't want to miss it again. And then the day that we finally won, surreal.
This had been something that we had been working on really our entire lives. You know, we started dating when we were 16 and 17. I've seen the disappointments, the heartache, teams disbanding. We had come so close so many times.
When you focus on something for so long, there's times you don't think you're gonna get it. My wife, my daughter, they sacrifice a bunch. So to get there and then not get that last 5% would suck.
It was like all of these sacrifices, missed holidays, birthdays. Finally, you did it. This was worth it. It was just a big relief.
Once we won, it was amazing. I slept for 18 hours. I came home. It was the only week of my life I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. I didn't work. I didn't do anything. I just laid around the house and just took it in. And then the second one, I promised myself and I promised them, my girls, that I was gonna try to enjoy it more. I had more fun. I tried to enjoy the journey because I had already accomplished my goal. So if I did it again, okay, great. America never gone back to back, that would be wonderful. But no matter what, I'd already accomplished my goal. So I enjoyed the hell out of it. STR started because there was a pivot overseas in X-Cap from 280s to 400 ROS, much heavier engine. And there was a need for a better bracket. I developed a bracket that was for racing, but always with the American market in mind. I was lucky to be in the right place at the right time and understand what was coming from racing and understand what was needed and have a platform to test it on. So we put all that stuff into our X-Cap boat and built just a really good, solid product. And we raced it for 1.5 years before I ever sold one to a customer here in the US. I was working out of my garage in Cape Coral and bought a machine for it. And I spent, what was it? I spent $16,000 on a machine. The first year out of my garage by myself, we sold 60. We're on pace for about 700 brackets this year, so it scaled quickly in 4 years. We've doubled every year. All my friends and people that I knew here that had seen it, like, oh, it's nice, but it's too much money, no one will ever buy it. Okay, well, no one buys it, that's fine, but I'm not selling it cheap. It's a nice product, and I think people will buy it, but if they don't, that's okay too. I can make cheap brackets, it's easy. I make really nice ones, so I can make cheap ones. I don't want to. There's no point in it. Let the other companies do that, they're good. Let them sell 1,000 of them, I don't care.
If you know Shaun, you know that he's not going to take no for an answer, and he's going to stop at nothing to get to his goal.
He's constantly trying to improve his products and is always in a boat trying to gain more knowledge because, of course, there's always more things he can learn.
He's got an incredible career in racing, and he's always so busy. You know, if he's not overseas, his work here is thriving. He's got the family, so you know he's always. I don't think the guy sleeps. I mean, he's like the Energizer Bunny. He's always doing something.
Shaun knows everybody, and of course he's got his performance driving school, which we highly recommend to our clients. It's good for them, it's good for Shaun, but it's just really nice to get people out with somebody that knows what they're doing and has the background to teach them what to do and make it even safer for everybody.
What you get with Shaun Torrente is you get a complete package. You get a guy who can represent your brand, who's proven now he's the best racer in the world, and you get the family guy, the guy that will be loyal, the guy that will represent in the right way and make sure he looks after his friends and his family.
I've left an impression on our sport, racing-wise, with accomplishments of my own. It's important for me now to leave what we talk about all the time is a legacy. So I have a legacy of products that I think are very good and safe and make our boating experience better. but I want to leave a legacy of what's important, which is family, safety, having a good time, and really just the enjoyment of going boating.